Hello, everybody, and happy Friday.
Yay!
Happy Friday.
Welcome back to the Hollowed RPG channel here on Twitch and YouTube. I'm your DM for the evening, Richard, and we are back with the Eye of the Storm in the Kingdom of Valari. Say hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Hope everyone's week is going well. I'm glad to be playing this game after a long week, so...
100%.
Does anybody want to give the recap for last week?
Yeah, sure. After a few days of travel, a few encounters with somebody, find where Poppy was. She left a few clues, or she left a clue, which kind of left the group in a somewhat of a wild goose chase, as Poppy tends to do, being who she is. They went looking for a fountain. They went looking for some bread, and ultimately they end up finding a beggar who knew her location. After that, they were then hinted off to go to the shelf, to the ivory horn. There, the group thinking, not knowing if, could this be a trap? Could it not? They see a tiny figure entering the ivory horn. Being cautious, they decided to ambush that figure, considering that the dirge is also quite a small person. They did. Poppy was squeezed by a large hand, and then after the misunderstanding faded away, the dirge attacked. Lucky enough, after a fierce fight, they were able to chase the dirge away. Unfortunately, we had a passing of one of our party members. However, when there's diamonds, there's life. And we continue on here, right after that event.
Yes, indeed. So, Poppy, you can go ahead and take DM inspiration for the evening.
Hey.
Thank you for that recap. So, yes, Storm Chasers. Once again, you are Poppy and the Storm Chasers, as you are reunited with your dear friend Poppy here in the city of Urnost, on kind of the poorer district of the town known as the Shelf, a shanty town with rickety wooden huts and walkways built in to the eastern cliff face here. After your newfound party member Core lost his life to the dirge, you were able to repel her attack, and we join the game now. Core, your eyes open once more as you feel breath and life flowing through you. The first thing you see is a small halfling face and two bright red pigtails with a streak of white hair, as a young halfling woman is staring over you. The Poppy, who you just met moments before.
Poppy's kind of like poking at him to see if he's fresh. You okay there?
I'm Core.
Nice to meet you. And she reaches her hand out to get him off his feet, if he's on the ground, if I recall.
I will accept Poppy's assistance to get to like a knee. That's probably about as far as she can leverage me, and then I will stand up straight.
Oh, who this? Poppy like points at Core with her thumb.
That's Core. He doesn't say much.
Sounds like you guys had fun. And then Poppy looks around and notices, walks up to them and goes, "How are you doing, big buddy?"
Oh, I've missed you. How are you? You want some
Swell.
Albert jerky?
And you see Poppy's eyes kind of light up and takes a piece of Albert.
Poppy, give me a perception or investigation, your choice.
Okay. Wah, wah, wah.
Looks great.
Good stuff. Holds well. I mean, it's been so damn cold up here. I mean, it's like,
And once you brush the fuzz off,
yeah.
And
So-
you all notice that while there is a bit chill to the air here, especially being on the shelf where quite a bit of wind buffets this shanty town on the cliff, but it's definitely not as cold as Duneshire.
So, I'm assuming that nobody's healed Core, so he's at 1 hit point, right? So he looks like crap, I assume.
As you look over, you see Belladin placing his hand again on Core's chest, and you see the flare of magic around Belladin, and then flowing through into Core, and you see his wound start to heal.
I got him for 34, but he's still not. You're not even at half, are you?
34.
Yeah, because I hit you for another 12, so 22 and 12.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, not quite at half.
All right, guys. Come on. Let's. We should probably get in. We don't. Hopefully, no reinforcements or anything arrive, and I'm sure you guys got plenty of stories to tell.
Yeah, that's an understatement. Well, show us in.
Yep.
You-
And then as she shows you, and she goes, "I'm expecting my pasalubong."
what?
Yep. Oh, well, okay. In where I am from, when friends leave and come back, they bring gifts. In my language, that's called pasalubong.
Okay, so you left and came back. Where's our gift?
Well, your gift is sitting upstairs.
That's only Hal's gift.
Fortunately, he has to share.
That's not how this works, but let's get inside.
Or looks at Belladin confused.
It's an exchange of gifts after a period of absence between friends and family. An exchange. I think you're exempt.
So yeah, you guys enter the Ivory Horn and immediately buffeted with loud sounds of just general raucousness and merriment. It seems like no one even really noticed the scuffle outside. Either didn't notice or didn't care enough to be bothered about paying attention to what it might have been. You see a large group of various people, humans, halflings, dwarves, more of a mix than you've actually seen in the rest of Urnost. There tends to be a far larger number of dwarves and halflings, a few gnomes, here in the shelf than the rest of the city.
So, Belladin, in his long brown coat, robe, and white bushy hair, says, "Oh yes, a den of scum and villainy if I've ever seen one." Do I get negative inspiration for that?
Yeah,
No.
that's my people.
Mm-hmm. You do see a small group of musicians, one dwarf and two halflings, one with a kind of a tambourine, one with kind of a makeshift string instrument, and the other one kind of singing a folk song in the corner near the hearth.
And Poppy goes to the usual table.
You see the owner of the Ivory Horn kind of look over to the bar. Fathulda. What's her name?
Bafulda?
Yeah, Fathulda. Fathulda
Fathulda.
Montenbrid. A female dwarf, bright red hair. A little more orange than yours, Poppy, but long braid and just as long a braided beard in front. Stocky dwarven female. Look over and kind of give you a nod, and as she sees you enter, Poppy, and then kind of looks curiously to see more people with you. Give me an insight check.
Dang.
Another natural 20.
Natural 20. You can tell that, knowing Fathulda is a friend, part of the circle, and seeing you with other people, you can see kind of a bit of a concerned look on her face for a moment, and she kind of gives you a look to see if you're okay.
Poppy looks over and she will give a little smile and a wink.
With that, Fathulda smiles and goes and smacks some guy who's drunkenly slumped over on the bar, and goes back to her duties. And you can see her start pouring drinks. But there's a table a little bit in a corner in the back that is left open.
Cool. So we all walk over, and I'm assuming there's enough room. We all sit down.
You probably have to pull, I'd say, one more chair over.
Poppy will look for one of the more drunken people, specifically maybe one that's asleep,
Easy enough to do. There's 1-2 tables over.
and she'll kind of like, kind of kick him over. And this is something normally Poppy would do here. So she would be picking on somebody that she knows that's always there drunk, and then bring that chair over. If there are no open bar stools.
There's a few open bar stools, but the bar is a little higher, actually. The stools wouldn't.
Oh yeah, we're at a table.
But you do see someone, Boso Diggle, a gnome that is a frequent patron of the Ivory Horn here.
So she'll walk over. She'll like nudge it. Hey, Boso, have you paid your tab? See if he responds.
The pickles.
No.
More-
Okay.
I got the pickles.
I assume that's a no, and he pushes him off his chair.
Foot. He just does he's nope. The stork's not gonna bring him.
Here you go, Cor. And she pulls a chair for him.
Alright, so you all sit down at the table here at the Ivory Horn after having just fought off an attack by the dirge, and some of you barely escaping with your lives.
Well, I know you guys. I know you're probably excited about this. So she'll Poppy will take out a small key and put it on the table, and then push it over to Hal. That's for upstairs.
All right, let's go. I mean, okay.
Would you
Thank
like
you.
to go upstairs, Hal?
No, I'm gonna stay here with Poppy first.
All right.
We gotta eat. We gotta eat and talk first.
Yeah, and it is fairly, because you guys got here.
It's the evening.
Yeah, it's the evening.
Yeah.
You'd gotten here after you had already checked in to the Sunny Pony. So I would say it's probably around 10-ish at night. No, hard to tell the exact time, but
Right.
Here in the northern part, it's daylight savings.
I guess Poppy would call out to
Fathulda.
Thilda. I was like, do you have anything this late for my friends here?
And you can see she's coming. She's already coming over with a tray of drinks. Right, all right, Pop. There you go, Poppy Less. Here's
Ooh,
drinks for your
thank you.
friends. And she gives out 5 mugs of a frothy, dark brown ale, along with a pitcher and a little something special. And she puts out 1 shot glass and puts down a bottle.
Ooh, yay! You are the bestest Fafuda. Poppy always pronounces it kind of weird, as if like a child would.
Only the best for you, Les. Or what was that? You wanted something from the kitchens?
Yep, I think they've been traveling for a while. I haven't seen them in ages.
Bit of a reunion then, eh? I'll see what I can muster up. I think Daryl's wouldn't have gone home for the evening, but might still be back there. Give me a moment.
That's not a problem. Even just Brent's fine.
And she goes off to the back, and you hear her say, "Daryl, you big lug, you back here still?"
All right, guys, tell me all about it.
Where to begin?
And just a heads up, as a player, I have no clue what has happened since I've been gone.
So we last saw Poppy.
You guys departed after you had defeated the Archdruid and restored him to his senses. when you guys were headed to the Sentinel Forest, you were worried. Hal especially was worried about Marisol. So it was decided that Poppy would go to Duneshire and wait for you guys. So everything since then.
And you guys never
Mhm.
came back. And then 2 weeks later, we get attacked.
What do you mean? Well, not never. 2 weeks. What'd you think? I mean, we had to trudge through quite a bit of forest.
It was a lot of forest.
And Fentwick, you would know that it was, for you, maybe about a week and a half till you got to Duneshire, since you departed.
But she said 2 weeks. So, week and a half, 2 weeks.
But the time frames aren't lining up from our memory and what Poppy's saying.
Yeah, but, she just may be misremembering. It's only a difference of, 3 days? 3 or 4 days?
I would remember the day we got ambushed.
And remember, it was a few nights. You guys got to Duneshire about a week and a half after you left, and Poppy had already left. So the attack was a few nights before.
Oh, okay.
The attack was probably about 5 nights before that. So there's a difference of about probably almost a week and a half.
It's a bit more.
Then I'll just correct her and say, no, you're exaggerating. Wasn't that long.
Unless you went somewhere else. I mean, how do I phrase that, Belladin? Like, well-traveled?
Plain?
But
Plain traveler of the plains.
Oh, believe me, I did not go anywhere else. I've been with Marisol this entire time.
Well, we basically traipsed through a bunch of forests, fought a bunch of pitched battles, fought a dragon.
Fought a dragon?
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently they're a thing.
A blue one, if memory serves. There was a lot of ice. Oh no, we killed it.
Yeah, it turned to bone, and then the bones turned to dust, and there's nothing left.
Yeah, we really wanted to save some of it because we remember you talking about dragons fairly often.
Wait, don't tell me you now believe me.
Yeah, well, seeing's believing, right?
I mean, it was more than seeing.
It was just one. It's not like we've seen lots of them. There was this one.
And you guys did technically fight a ghost dragon as well.
But wasn't
Yeah,
that
but he
with
was a
Poppy?
ghost.
Yeah. That's different.
This one was a little ghosty too, because the way he died was weird. Like he didn't leave a corpse.
Didn't leave a corpse.
Yeah, how can you trust something that doesn't leave a corpse?
He died and he just turned to a skeleton. Then you touch the skeleton would go poof. Not exactly what happens when you kill most things.
Paladin says, that's true. I would know.
Okay, and so how did you meet this dragon?
We headed to where we were sent, and there was some weird ritual going on. There were druids buried in the ground who were sucking the life out of them.
Wait. Before that, didn't we meet Core before that? Like, wasn't that before we got
yeah.
to the
And along the
forest?
way, we picked up Core here.
Right. The giant, lots of the other monks were already killed by the giant, but with Core's help, we took care of that. And Core, you're from the Heaven's Path Monastery, right? Like right by the Sentinel Forest?
Yes.
Okay. Based on the timey-wiminess that's happening right now, Core, do you know anything about the Sentinel Forest? Are there talks of, like, when you're in there, like, things move more slowly? Like, did we lose time because we went in the Sentinel Forest?
The Sentinel Forest is holy ground. People aren't allowed to go, so I wouldn't know what would happen.
Corey, you can give me a history check if you'd like.
Yes, Core will be good at this. Let's do.
While that's happening, Poppy is just basically straight-faced, her eyes wide open, blinking in confusion.
Hey, not bad.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you rolled great.
You do recall some legends of, like, chosen heroes, right? From mythology going into the Sentinel Forest and then reappearing, sometimes even years later, virtually unchanged.
Interesting. Well, then I will relay that to Belladin instead.
And while most elves, it's hard to tell the aging for other elves, there is, you can spot minute differences as you age,
Got it. That makes sense.
Well, I mean, that kind of explains it, doesn't it? As I translate that to Fenwick.
I guess I haven't really been paying attention since we got back to ask anyone what the date was.
Right. Right, and it's been so long since all of you went to Nestle Rock, like, they wouldn't have a really good form of comparison.
Yeah, for them, we showed up when we showed up. So.
Interesting. It didn't feel like we lost any time.
Well, if it's as bad as Cora saying, I guess we were lucky.
Right? Years? Oh, that would have been awful. And we barely got here in time to help you, Poppy. But yeah, so we went through the forest. There was a lot of weird stuff in there. We had to jump off of a cliff. That was fun. And then we got...
Oh, there were these butterflies that exploded.
Yes, they were awful. And then there was a tree that was cursed, and we helped it and got some stuff for helping it. We fought... What did we fight there? Didn't we fight like a ghost thing in there?
Yeah, some sort of weird snake thing.
Snake thing, right. Yeah, it was a snake thing. And then we met up with the corrupted druids, and several druids were like planted in the ground. Some of them died through some mysterious means, and I give a little side glance at Fenwick. But some of them actually got...
we have no idea what happened to them.
I mean, a lot of them, some of them, well, a fair amount of them got frozen from the dragon, because the dragon had like ice breath. It was wild. It was wild. It's hard to argue that dragons exist after you go through something like that.
You mean don't exist?
Whatever. I mean, that hurt.
Poppy's head goes lower, and you see her. She starts twiddling her thumbs on, and you don't see her face when she says this. So I was waiting quite a while. I was counting the days. I mean, since I've been here, yeah, I've met people and things, but I mean, you guys were really the first friends I've really had. And she looks up, and when she looks up now, you see there's kind of tears in her eyes, and says, I'm so happy that you guys are back.
Happy to be back. Some people wanted to go to the north.
Huh? The north?
I look at Hal.
I mean, I had to talk to my god, and
Oh yeah, apparently Hal can talk to gods like whenever he wants.
Yeah, it's just a normal thing.
Poppy looks over to Hal and like, is this new?
no, I mean, I could always do it, as far as I can remember. So they said the dirge was coming this way, and after their prey, and we knew you had left, so it was obvious, we should come this way.
Yeah, okay. He's kind of sugarcoating it. We got out of the Sentinel Forest. We went to Nestle Rock. They checked in with some people because I think we got some information that one of the people that worked for the Overseer at Nestle Rock is actually in league with Enix, the god or whatever it is that is behind all of this bad stuff that's happening, and found out that the guy that you saved, whose brother who died, I'm sorry, I'm terrible with names, still had like a bit of blue crystal.
Oh yeah, Winfred.
Winfred still was under control of Enix and was...
Oh, you guys saw Winfred.
Yeah. Good fellow, but was not himself, and was letting orcs and other bad people... Belladin like leans down a little bit and lowers his voice. There's a tunnel that goes through the Nestle Rock mine that goes all the way under the mountains up to the other side, and apparently armies, not even armies, I don't know, bad people have been coming through, and it's a way to totally circumvent Shilwyn Pass. So once Hal and everyone, Hal talked to a giant rock, Arctic rock, that was basically the size of the dragon we fought, and talked to his god, and asked where you had went, and after we found out that the assassin had come the same way too, we decided to come and get you and Marisol before we went back north, because the Rock has basically said that Prince Hal has to go home because stuff's real bad.
Poppy like bats her eyes once, then turns to Hal and leans over a little bit, like, when did Belladin get so talkative?
I've really, since you've been away, I've kind of really leaned on Belladin as a friend and a companion, and you know how we used to carry on. So you weren't around, and we got talking. He was the one that helped us find that sign in the form of this Arctic rock. So sometimes it gets more comfortable.
Poppy smiles and then slaps Belladin on the back. I'm so proud of you, Belly.
Oh, that's a great nickname. Thanks. No, I think once you're around so many people, you just kind of get used to it. I don't think I'll ever get used to a city this big though, but it is good to have you back.
Okay, so what's the plan? I mean, we can't just have Marisol hiding forever.
Well, presumably the Dirge is going to attack again at some point.
Poppy also, this is the first you've heard the name Enix. When Belladin keeps mentioning Enix, you have really no idea who that person is.
Yeah.
Everything that the group is saying when they start, it kind of like goes through one ear and out the other because it's not coherent to her because of the way it's being explained. So she kind of will brush off all of the these explanations until maybe she could probably talk to somebody in private about the details, because it sounds like it sounds
and then we did this, and then we did that.
Yeah, I want to say it sounds like a bunch of 5-year-olds telling what they did. What they did.
I don't know why you expected anything coherent to come out from us.
Do you remember Saren, Sir Giles' servant?
Yes.
Yeah, he's a bad guy.
My God.
The guy that was doing all the crap with the druids, it was his brother.
Oh, tell him about Saren.
His twin brother. Oh yeah, and Saren had this like secret hideout in Sir Giles' back in his backyard under the ground.
The candle shed.
Yeah, I was underneath. Some work shed. We tried to explore it, but apparently we tripped something and kind of filled it up with lava or something. Yeah, we got to dig that out at some point, but
like oil elementals or something.
It's
some sort of weird elemental things. Dumped a bunch of crap in there.
It's like the kids in Stranger Things trying to explain something to the adults. That's what it sounds like.
I don't see any adults in this party. I don't know what you thought was going to happen.
Basically, it was think of all the weirdest shit that happened when we were together. It's just like that.
Just kept going.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine?
Okay. Then who's this Enix person?
Yeah, that's their last name.
Whose last name?
We got if it was a first name or a last name, just a name.
It's kind of hard to put together. Maybe Fentwick or Hal's got a better handle on it, but from what I can tell, and I am terrible at these things, so please take this with a grain of salt. It's some god or
demigod
something that was either sacrificed or there was a sacrifice to keep it locked away, and it is using its influence on this world to try and get its followers to help it be released into this world.
Got it. So I assume then there's some followers or cult.
Yeah. The twin who corrupted the druids was a part of that cult, and then you guys just said his name. Saren was the twin brother. They're both followers of Enix.
And Sir Giles?
I don't know. Sir Giles, like, he just seems like a patsy. I mean, he's kind of
Yeah.
a dick, but I don't think he's necessarily evil. He might be dead. Don't know.
Or he might have just hired those people to try to assassinate. Well, successfully assassinate.
But I
Well,
tried to send him a message, and he didn't send anything back.
Yeah.
yeah.
And it-
Remember, I was thinking back the other night that we found that true silver in the bag along with a blank note.
Mhm.
And then where would they get true silver, right? And then we couldn't find Sir Giles, and I'm like, maybe he's wrapped up in this kind
A
of.
blank note? Why would they have a blank note? Oh, I was okay. Then,
This is
so-
for
okay,
the
blank note.
assassination of Count Linnaeus.
Oh, that's right. It looked blank. We later found that it actually had writing on it. There was a way of making it appear.
That was the note that contained the seal of Sir Giles from his ring.
I mean, so far, look, I only heard terrible stories of nobility before we all started traveling together, but the nobles that I have met thus far, Sir Fintwick and Halbar excluded, have been real terrible dung heaps of humanoids, and like either Sir Giles is an unwitting accomplice because he's too dumb, or maybe he's just greedy, so just going along with whatever his Saren tells him to if it's going to make him money. I mean that's been my experience so far.
That is the Belladin I know. She smiles.
Thanks.
Hey, I like to think Lady Celine's not too bad.
Oh no. Lady Celine was nice. She
She
nice.
was cool with letting a bunch of people die just so her kid would be okay. So-
Yeah.
You didn't meet her then, Belladin.
Maybe that's why Belladin doesn't think she's terrible.
Okay, and this is
Did we
probably
forget to tell you that Lady Celine was in a death cult?
a
Belladin.
dove.
Belladin's head whips around. What?
Did you say dove cult?
I love.
Well, she
birds.
might be in one of those too. I don't know, but she was definitely part of a death cult.
Oh, a death cult. A
He was more of a hostage.
hostage? Is there any connection with all this and with the dirge chasing after Marisol?
There might be. We don't know, but
I'm not aware that there's a direct connection, at least that we've seen.
yeah.
But we do know the dirge. Once they have a target, they don't ever stop. So it kind of was the impetus to come find you, because you got to remember, from our perspective, we left each other in the Emerald Conclave, and then we traveled to Sentinel Forest. From there, we exited almost immediately after we were finished there. Went to Nestle Rock, stayed 2 days, and then traveled
Just a
back to
few days.
Dune. Yeah, right. So then we traveled back to Duneshire. So from our perspective, we were coming back as quickly as we could. It's just a shame it took so long. And then we heard that you were in trouble, and there was no choice but to come after you.
It was it was horrible. After about 2 weeks, I started to get worried. So I started to sleep in Marisol's quarters just to be safe. One night, I heard a commotion a rustling outside, and mind you, we're on the second floor, outside the window. I woke up in the middle of the night, and when I opened the window to get some fresh air, she struck out at me from outside the second floor. I was totally caught off guard. The noise fortunately woke up Marisol, and I tried fending her off best I could. The guards outside came in and were hollering for more guards. I was told to run, so I took Marisol and left as fast as I could, but not before seeing at least 2 guards die in front of me. At that point, we couldn't stay. I wasn't prepared for that. I was beat up to all hell, so we ran. We were in for a few days. The only place that I could think of going is here. Fortunately, I had some connections going from hideout to hideout.
So, wait, are you saying Marisol's alone right now?
That's why I
How-
gave Halbar the key.
Dangerous? What if the dirge comes back?
Exactly.
No, I mean right now while we're sitting here at the table talking.
That's why I gave Halbar the key.
Hal will get up and start running upstairs. No idea
Okay.
where I'm going.
This is a 3-story kind of building. It's one of the larger buildings, more solidly built here along the shelf. And you go up.
And
to
Poppy
the-
will go chase after when he starts running.
Okay. So you go up the stairs in the back, Hal, and there's a second floor with some doors, and then another set of stairs going up to a third floor as well. What do you do?
I'll probably go up to the 3rd floor, thinking what Poppy might be. Yeah, Poppy will probably be on the top floor.
All right, you run up to the 3rd floor. There's about 5 doors here. One right in the middle when you get up the stairs, and then 2 to the right and 2 to the left.
Yeah, I'm just going to start at door number 1 and try to unlock it.
To the left or to the right?
To the left.
You rush up, you go and fumble for the key for a moment and go to open the door. Poppy, just as you guys probably have about the same speed with your double dash. So you're running up to Hal just as he's about to open the door to tell him, and he actually does go to the right door, and it unlocks Hal. Poppy, is that you?
Is everything okay?
And there you see Marisol. She was kind of sitting at the kind of a nightstand desk in front of the mirror, combing her hair in the candlelight. And as you see her turn, expecting Poppy, her eyes go wide. She drops the brush. Hal! And she rushes up and gives you a hug.
I'm standing there trying to, getting ready to give her a high five. Oh,
So Poppy's probably at the doorway.
why don't you
And
put
watching.
something on and come downstairs? Like something,
She's wearing a nightgown.
Yeah, change out of that.
And she kind of looks over to you, Poppy, for a second, and okay. Is everything all right?
Poppy
is
turns around
now.
and goes downstairs.
We are reunited and it's pretty cool. So let's go down and have something to eat and something to drink, and you can be there. So listen to Belladin tell his stories.
Is it you think it's safe?
I mean,
I
Fenwick's
haven't
down
really
there.
come down.
He can literally make people disappear for, what feels like hours at a time.
Of course. One moment. She goes. She doesn't even make an attempt to go behind anything, and she starts to change. And so how? Then you're already out the door,
Mhm.
waiting outside. And she gets dressed in a moment. Just a simple, skirt and blouse, with more kind of travel clothes that have seen a little bit of wear the past few days. But all right, then she takes her arm around yours. Well, shall we?
Yep, let's go. And Hal will start running downstairs.
No, she as soon as she got out, she slipped her arm into yours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Hal's tries to run because that's all we've been doing for weeks at end. Running from place to place.
So, hold on, slow down, Hal. I can't keep up.
Oh, all right. Take longer steps. Let's go.
She just kind of gives you a look and follows. And you guys all see first Poppy, and then Hal and Marisol, the Blue Nightingale. Core coming down the stairs with her arm wrapped around Hal's arm. You see a blue-skinned tiefling wearing a simple skirt and blouse,
when everybody sees them coming down, Poppy kind of like elbows Core and kind of looks and then looks at them and then she's like, eh? And then she turns and she goes, "Thanks for the concern, Fezziwick. But like I said, I have some connections. If you look over there to the left at that table," and she kind of describes somebody sitting there, and you notice that they're actually paying attention to this table. And then she goes, "Yeah," and then over there, and then she points over to her shoulder and points somebody else out and goes, "I have a lot of lookouts and connections around." So she was.
And as Poppy's pointing out these people, you've noticed that there are a few people who aren't quite as drunk as they might have seemed when you first came in. There's a couple people playing cards on one table in the corner, but they're just kind of... You look closer, Fentwick, and you notice they're just kind of going through the motions. Some of them don't even look at their cards too long before throwing them down or adding money, and they're just kind of shifting some money back and forth between them. And they're just looking over at your table, especially, but also at the entrance, the windows, keeping an eye out. Most of them are wearing cloaks around them, so you can't see what they might have on their waists or in their laps.
So as I was saying, I think Fentwick wants to spend a couple of days here and go to the library and do some research. But I think we should, well, look at Belladin. Based on the message we got, we need to head north out on the tundra. We have a way to go through the mountains now, and I think y'all should come with us.
Adventure once again, yay!
I had thought that the pass wasn't open for... The word isn't expected that it's open for at least a few weeks.
Well, we've discovered a different path through a temple up by the Nestle Rock Village. Miners kind of led us through there, so we'll probably be heading through that way and make our way through the mountains. Get to the other side. We definitely need to get y'all some... Why am I talking like this? We definitely need to get you some cold weather gear.
Well, I'm sure, Hal, you could keep her warm.
He gives Poppy the side eye. I thought you were keeping...
I've never been that far north. I've actually never been even more north than to God. Is
Didn't
it
you go
safe?
to Duneshire?
Well, I guess Duneshire, yeah.
Well, safe is a relative term.
Tell me about it.
Seems like the Dirge would have somewhat more difficulty following us.
True.
That's the truth.
Or at least we'd see them coming, hopefully.
And we'd finally be safe from dangers there, Hal?
Not everything, but the fortress keeps... The fortress is well guarded by friends and family. And once we get there, it'll be reinforced by friends and family.
Okay. North. Okay, I think, yeah. And how cold is it?
Well, let's put it this
I
way.
have to put on a coat.
The North has been making witches' tits seem less cold for centuries.
I'm sorry. It's just... Well, I come from a bit of more tropical climate.
Compared to where we're going, we've all come from tropical climates.
I mean, I couldn't even believe how cold Duneshire was. It can't be much colder than that.
I mean, that's I have to go north. And I really hope that you'd want to go too, Poppy. And, well, if Poppy's going to go, we're not going to leave you just out on your lonesome. So I think we should all go. We have to get to the north. There's a lot going on.
Is your family up there?
Yes. Those that made it out, they made their way back to the hidden fortress of my people far to the north. So
So that means we could
we were
meet your family?
waiting for a sign. I hope so. We get out there. We were waiting for the sign, and it came in the form of a gigantic white bird. Hopefully we get back to Bleckervarda.
Come on, Marisol. You have to come. You'll get to meet Hal's mama and papa. Have more adventures, and we'll keep you safe.
Well,
Hal will keep you safe.
Maybe.
I'll do my best to keep you safe.
probably not my mama and papa, but hopefully my uncle and some of my cousins.
Of course. I was hoping maybe I can try to find my sister.
I'm thinking we're probably just going to be up there for maybe 1, 2, even 3 more levels, and then yes, absolutely.
Great way to explain.
And of course, you all know that a level is a unit of measurement here in Alari. That means probably a few months.
You're right, but you're not safe from the dirge. And so I believe that at the very least we could kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
I see what you did there. Dirge, right? It's like a bird.
Thought it was like a song.
A dirge for the dirge.
Oh, I'm sorry. I honestly, after how many days, I wasn't sure if you all returns. Where are my manners? I am Marisol Umpa Ampaso Amali. As she's puts her hand over yours, Core. And you are?
I am Core.
It's a nice name. Easy to remember. How did you come to meet the rest of them here?
We rescued him from some giants.
Hal is my hero. I look at Belladin for confirmation.
I see I have some
Mostly true.
competition. Don't worry, Hal's my hero too. And she snakes her arm again around you, Hal.
All right.
Poppy thinks, why are explanations a lot slower when they're talking to her?
I mean, I'm sorry but Hal, where have you been?
Yeah, we have to go through that whole Shaggy Dog story again.
It's, almost 3 weeks now.
Well, apparently everyone forgot to tell us that the Sentinel of Forest gets all timey-wimey.
You went to the Sentinel Forest. I've only heard stories and children's tales about that place.
Children's tales mention the exploding butterflies.
Or the little guys that run around and give you leaves that bring you back to life and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, don't even mention those guys. I still have I have nightmares about those guys.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard that they're spirits of the forest, and that the animals there are supposedly like they were when the world was new. That they rule the forest. That's what they say. Some of the children say at night.
Yep, we saw them too. So how many days do you think you want to look around them old libraries, Fenthwick?
At least a few days. Also, shouldn't we check in with the Duke while we're here?
That's what we're supposed to do.
He might get a little steamed if we come and go and don't even say hi.
Yeah, we should do that first thing tomorrow. Maybe send him a message. Say, hey, we're coming over. I'm beat. I think I'm going to go... Are there any free rooms here, Poppy? Is it booked? You've been here for a little while?
Yeah. That shouldn't be a problem.
So do I just tell the Poppy sent me, or
Yeah,
does that work?
You could just stay in Marisol's room, right, Marisol?
Of course.
And everybody else I could take care of. That's not a problem. You said you guys are going to visit the Duke?
I mean, you can stay. Like, I don't want to kick you out of your room. After all, you were keeping the Blue Nightingale warm, right? Right? Not
I
warm.
mean-
I mean safe. That was...
So Belladin is like basically translating everything for Core most times, right? But it gets to these weird parts where like Hal's saying the stuff he's saying, and Belladin just pauses and is like, "How do I even translate this? Like, what is happening?"
Does Belladin look like one of those sign language people that pop up in the...
Exactly, but he's not translating because Hal's saying like weird stuff, and even Belladin doesn't understand what is happening at this point.
You see Belladin has been translating, and now he's just kind of looking with like a stupefied expression on his face at like this conversation.
Yeah, of course, just looking back and forth, completely lost.
Yeah.
Well, if you should be good with the rooms here. That's fine. I'll take care of it. That's not a problem. But I don't think you're going to find the Duke.
No? Why not?
Well, I've heard that he's actually not here.
Oh. Under the impression he was returning here.
Oh, really? I mean, I haven't been here too long, and it's what I've heard. Not like I investigated any of that. I haven't been to the manor or anything, but just, rumors about... She heard rumors that the Duke's not there if you guys were going to go to visit him. That you heard, through her sources, that the Pontiff was slain.
Oh yeah, we heard about that.
Pontiff de Leon? Pontiff de Leon?
Holy Hexad? Pontiff of the Holy
Oh, gotcha. I thought his name was de Leon.
Hexad.
You would
Heard-
know, Fentwick, that it's Aeson Jorah was the pontiff.
Spelling?
And that's we met the Pontiff, didn't we?
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
You met a prelate of Sugod, pretty much kind of the head vicar of the
Yeah,
temple
that's
of
who
the
I was
Hexad there. The pontiff is the head of the entire of the Church of the Holy Hexad in the entire continent of Barud.
And that, these rumors that I've been hearing, I mean, Pontiff was slain by some, I don't know if it's true or not, some demon or devil with a flaming sword.
No, we didn't hear that bit.
Yeah.
I mean,
happened?
like I said, that's just things I've heard. Good roll, I guess.
Well, you know how those sorts of stories get going.
Yeah, what is it? Like a dragon? Oof, they're not real.
We literally fought one like a week and a half ago.
I know, that was the joke. I'm sorry, Hal. I didn't make it sarcastic enough. I'm still getting used to telling jokes.
I think you're doing well, though.
Thank you.
I think you're doing well.
I just imagine Belladin every time somebody talks now that he turns to Core and then like he'll translate, but his facial expressions is always more overly exaggerated, just like you see on TV when they...
Yeah, I'm trying to impart the feeling of what people are saying too.
Yeah, so I don't know if you guys still want to try to visit the Duke.
Well, no, if the Duke's not here, then...
I mean, we could always just call him.
Oh, well, that's inconvenient since we had a letter sent to him.
That's true. Well, maybe you could call him tomorrow and say, "Hey, did you get my letter? We're in town. Do you want to meet?" You can reply to this message.
Sounds like
we
a
can do
desperate
that.
boyfriend.
If anything, this whole experience is just telling me that we should get in the practice of maybe if you have any spell slots left, Fentwick, just check in with people. Like maybe we would have known we were in the Sentinel Forest for way too long if we had messaged Poppy as soon as we came out.
Seems like a lot of effort just to get like what the time is.
Check in to see if people are still alive, if they've been attacked by assassins that go by the calling card of the the song that plays when you die, stuff like that.
At this point, Fathula comes back. Right. Daryl's just popping out right when I came in, but there was a bit of stew left. And, damn it, why'd I go English? Right. Bit of stew left. Now there's, some bread and cheese as well. Would you like anything else? Poppy, dear.
Rooms.
Rooms?
Need a room.
I actually have a few rooms right next to yours, Poppy. Kept those clear just in case.
Thank you, Auntie Fupa.
Didn't want anyone checking in, getting near. Anything for you, Poppy, dear.
You see Poppy already has like a napkin like around her neck, like a big bib. Getting ready.
Simple stew, no meat, just some root vegetables, some cheese melted in as well, and some bread.
Hey, Poppy, is there any place we can buy some good equipment around here?
Let's.
If not here, then where?
That's.
Well-
I'm figuring Poppy might know.
I could check around. That's not a problem. Does Poppy have any locations that she could? There's Kidon's Emporium. You could try that. It's in the Shander district.
Okay.
Around where the fountain was.
Yeah.
Did you like the
Shield's getting
fountain?
A little beat up. Did we find the fountain?
We found several fountains.
Yeah, too many fountains.
I was just I didn't really pay much attention. I was really looking forward to seeing you.
Well, I'm glad you're back. And Poppy gives a hug to Halbar.
Al goes to high five. Oh, all right. Just like old times. Yeah, we should spend some of this. Money.
Why do you guys got more money?
We visited Christos, and we picked up a few
Oh, how's he
things and-
doing?
Well, seems like he's getting a little fuzzy.
Did you
Yeah.
know he was a great adventurer?
Really?
Yeah.
He'll tell you all about it.
Yeah, obviously, yeah. So, I mean, the only other place I can think of, if you guys wanna, if we have more money to spend, maybe there's a place I know in the high-end district.
Okay. That sounds promising.
We have upwards of 3,800 gold, so probably should buy some diamonds.
That's a good
Oh
point.
yeah, I wanted to remind everybody I am now diamondless.
Well, then the best place to go is, I mean, there is a jeweler called the Crystal Coifer.
Sounds like a good idea. Wait a minute, did we get rooms at the other place?
Oh,
Yes.
what other
Yeah,
place?
we probably did. What was that place?
We only purchased rooms for one night, but I believe like the horse and cart are over there.
Yes.
Oh yeah, they certainly are.
We can go there in the morning. I'm sure he'd maybe send him a message, say, hey, we're not going to be back. Keep an eye on horses, charge us for a night, rent them out if you need. Did we leave our equipment there too? No, we wouldn't have done that. Other than the horses and the cart.
You got the cart,
I
and
just-
I believe you paid for a night already.
Yeah. And just tell them, hey, just double book us. We're going to be over here. Well, we're going to be not there. You don't have to tell us there where we're. But, I'm just really flustered. I'm talking way too much.
I doubt they'll complain that they got paid for rooms we didn't use.
My only concern is their whole registration on where you're staying deal and their adherence to our papers being up to date. That was annoying.
Yeah, we have a 2-day grace period, so. Yeah, Poppy, how are you dealing with the whole registration thing if you keep moving?
Oh, I've got that taken care of. Poppy's like totally straight faced as she says that.
Can you take care of it for us?
What do you have?
What do you mean, what do you have? We need a
Let me
piece of
see.
paper that says we're registered.
Well, usually you're given one to give to the innkeeper. So, don't
Yeah,
you guys
yeah,
already
they-
have one?
We have one.
Well,
But if we give it to someone and
Yeah,
then we
um,
move, I thought you said you'd been
Maybe-
moving somewhere new every night.
she holds out
Maybe
her
we're supposed to
hand.
get it back.
Give it to me. I'll take care of it.
Fine, I'll give her the sheet then.
All right. You see her. She looks at it real quick. Puts it away. I'll just need some time. That's all.
Go to bed and go shopping.
Favorite part of the game.
You all retire to the rooms upstairs. There are 3 rooms available, so 2 extra rooms besides the 2. There's the room immediately next to, and then the room in the middle between the left side and right side that are open. As you guys are walking up to the rooms, Metasol takes your arm, Hal, and, well, gentlemen, it was good seeing you all again. Bentwick, Belladin. It was a pleasure to meet you, Core. And Poppy, she gives you a warm smile. We'll see you all in the morning. And you are not aggressively, but firmly led by this much smaller than you tiefling woman, Hal, into the room.
Rule 34.
Is there anything you all would like to do during the before you sleep for the night?
I'm good.
Poppy, you can go ahead and roll me a stealth check.
Is my bedroom within 30 feet of where Hal and Marisol are?
I would say probably. So there are 2 rooms, right?
And they're across the hallway from each other?
No, there's not really. They're just the rooms aren't just on one side of this establishment, right? It's not like they're just on the back side, right?
Okay.
So it's not. It's big for the shelf. This is still a wooden structure built onto a cliff face, right? So it's not a large inn as you guys are accustomed. Definitely not as big as the Sunny Pony, but so there are sets of rooms just along the back. So it's the hallway and then one set of rooms along the back.
I'm going to ritually cast water breathing and try and get everybody, because it's up to 10 creatures. So
I would say then you would probably pick the room in the middle between the 2.
okay, that's what I would do. And so I just make sure nobody can be drowned, and that's all I need to do for tonight. Thank you.
Poppy, you go about your business easily enough. No one even hears you or notices you leaving. Not even some of the drunk and asleep patrons who you know are actually keeping watch.
Awesome.
All right, so the night passes, morning comes. Some of you awaken a little more well-rested than others. The day is yours. What would you all like to do? You can take a long rest.
I need to buy some javelins. Shopping. And maybe
Seems like we need to get some diamonds. I need to replenish materials from my spell book.
Maintenance stuff.
Potions wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, other
Can we
than
get a bunch of
diamonds,
potions from
I'm good.
what's his head?
Yeah, I've
we
got
got a-
one.
Yeah, I've got a couple.
I thought we had 6.
I just have the
I
one.
have
guess like
2.
one.
I have 2 regulars.
I have one regular.
I mean, if we're heading off to parts unknown, this is the time to stock up.
That's true. Yeah. While we're in a
We-
big city like this, the likelihood of finding potions are gonna be much better.
We got 6 from Christos. 4 regular and 2 greater. I don't know if we divvied them up.
I believe we did.
I would feel like the frontline fighters, aka Core and Hal, would have the greater
Pretty sure.
ones.
Yeah, pretty sure we
Anything that
gave. I know.
Anything that requires talking, we skip. So we probably did not hand out potions unless you guys did.
Yeah, I have 1 superior healing potion. This is what I have.
Okay. Core and Hal, unless
Two,
Fenthwick,
excuse
you
me.
think this is a bad idea, should each take a greater.
Yeah, agree.
I like how Jason's pissed off about it. Fine, I'll take a potion, damn it.
See, it's cheaper than diamonds. I get it.
This is way cheaper. Oh no, wait. A greater is like what? 800 or something?
250?
Okay, barely cheaper.
Yeah, you might as well buy me another diamond.
Yeah, once it gets to the more expensive potions, you might as well just have diamonds.
Right. So where do you guys want to go? I mean, so first of all, like, what do you guys want to buy first?
Let's do some diamonds. That should be easy.
Maybe
Hmm.
2 sets this time, so that way, if we use one, we're not totally screwed.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess we could go first. Visit the jewelers, the crystal coffer.
Crystal Gopher, nice. Coffer? Gopher?
Coifer.
Gopher.
It's also a hairstyling shop.
Ooh.
Hmm.
Coiffer.
Yes. Where else do you think I get my hair done? Actually, like poofs or pigtails.
Let's go.
All right. As when everybody steps out, or before you guys step out, Poppy stops you real quick and goes, "Here," and hands each of you a piece of paper. If anybody says anything about registering weapons, feel free to show them that. We should be good.
These updated papers, do they have Belladin on them? Because the original papers did not.
They have whatever. These are basically the same papers, but they've been
Updated.
updated.
Okay.
Would you like to take a look?
Yeah. So I would just want to look at the paper. Is Belladin on there?
It says the bearer of this pass is to be given free passage through Urnost in intermity by order of the Duke.
Oh. Well, there you go.
That's quite the upgrade.
Yeah. Okay, sounds good to me.
Oh, I want to mention it, but I can't. Damn it. Because Poppy wasn't there when you guys were.
Well, that's very clear.
Yeah. No. It's nothing totally serious, but I just remembered the.
You weren't where when we
oh.
did the thing.
I was just thinking about the flirting guard.
No, that was your campaign, right?
No, that was when I was listening.
Yeah,
Hal
Hal
and the
definitely
flirting guard.
invited a couple.
Yeah,
dudes
Hal.
out for-
Yeah, Hal wanted to buy multiple people drinks. Hal set up
That's right.
several dates and then
That's
no
right.
showed all of them.
And I remember he kept saying something about the Duke, but Poppy wasn't there for that, so she can't mention like that with the Duke and stuff like, and the papers saying the Duke and stuff. That's what I think. That's funny.
Yeah,
That's great.
Hal definitely stood up a few guardsmen. So
Oh my god, I hope we don't see them. Oh no.
So you all come out. Marisol gives a big. I'm sorry. Do you always get up this early, Halbar?
Gotta keep my stamina up, do some push-ups, some deep knee bends. It's just too crowded in the city. It just doesn't smell right around here. Wait till we get out on the tundra. It's crystal clear.
Well,
Breathe, none of this.
Oh yeah, do either of you have winter clothing? Cold weather clothes?
I mean, if you say your stamina is even better in the tundra, then
Oh,
Easy.
wow.
Easy.
Wow.
I think going north is a great idea. Winter clothes. Unfortunately, well, you see, Poppy, we left in a bit of a hurry. I didn't have much clothes to begin with after Sugod, but we.
Well, I mean, I know a few clothing places around. We can go ahead and stop by if you'd like. I don't believe
Yep.
I have any winter clothes either. I mean,
Yep. Then we need some clothing and some, what are those things you call them? Crampons?
Crampons, snowshoes.
Yep, snowshoes, crampons.
oh man, I'm getting flashbacks.
Oh, I got an extra set you can have.
All right.
Marisol, we just need to get some cold weather clothes and some snowshoes, and I need some javelins, and maybe they have some sparkly items for us, other than
So-
diamonds.
Does it
Poppy looks at
sparkle?
Marisol as he talks about the items, and then she winks at Marisol and says, "Yeah, those are for traction."
Okay then. I'm sorry. I'm Honestly, I've never been much of a morning person. More of a night owl. Um, well, especially the last few years at the casino. Um, not many morning performances. So what are we doing today? Where are we
Great.
headed?
Jewelry.
Let's jewelry. So we'll head to the Crystal Coifer.
All right.
Is it Coffer? It's Coifer.
It's Koifer. Um,
Coiffer.
so Poppy leads
That's
you
a
all
difference.
up the various walkways and rickety stairways up to the top of the shelf, back through the opening of the walls to the Shadron district. And despite it being early morning, the bustle of the city is already starting to begin. Especially here in the Shadron district, many people now are coming in. Shops are starting to open. Some shops are already opening. All sorts of manner of goods and services can be found here. This is a bustling, populated metropolis. Belladin, you thought you were bewildered and kind of by the amount of people last night coming into the city.
Mhm.
Now, with it being the daytime in this like business district of this metropolis, even early morning, the amount of people is staggering.
Do I need to do like a wisdom saving throw or something? Like,
If only if
Ugh.
you want to. That I'm not going to force that on you, but if you feel like your character needs to.
how about a 12? Natural 2.
Culture shock.
I mean, it's not too difficult. So it's not a difficult check, right? This is not a spell effect or anything. This is just kind of your own anxiety
Yeah.
of the crowds. So you're able to hold it in, but internally you are just like
Ugh.
that constant screaming of just, oh my god, like there are chamber pots being thrown, like the whole deal of a city.
It is taking every part of Belvedere not to constantly just every 6 seconds use halos of spores to just murder civilians all around him.
And you've gotten a bit accustomed, and I mean, Core, this is the same for you, right? You've gotten a bit accustomed of just strangers walking around other strangers. Both of your homes are places where, I'd say the same for you, Hal, even,
Yeah.
of everyone knows everybody, right? So even if you don't like a person or you're friends with the person, you know them, right? You've always known them. So there's always greetings and you're stopping, here people are bumping into each other, eyes down, just ignoring, no greetings, just bustling past each other. You occasionally hear people calling out, vendors, shopkeepers, but you make your way through the Shadron district, and now you guys are cutting straight across west. So you see to your left now the towering silhouette of the Tree Cliff Palace, but also you see now in the center of the city large dome stone structures, 6 of them, majestic white marble, almost in the center between the Shadron district and where the other district starts. And you know this, Poppy, as the Dioness district. And Fenswick, you recognize each of these dome structures atop with the symbol of one of the symbols of the Holy Hexad, so one for each god. And you pass by this structure, this campus, this large cathedrals of the Holy Hexad. Now to the western district here in the old town of the city. And there are still taverns and different eateries and some street vendors, but this now is a lot more of a residential feel. Still people going about, but not nearly as oppressive as the hustle and bustle of the Shadron district. And you continue on your way, and you start getting, once again, you can see that you're getting closer and closer to the other side of the cliff. And this time, there are no walls here. It opens up, and you see on the western cliff face, jutting out, magnificent stone structures and walkways. Large manors carved either into the rock, or it doesn't even look like, sometimes it doesn't even look like they were built. It looks like almost that the stone extends out naturally. A mirror but complete opposite image of the shelf where you just came from. This is the Odalon district. And you see now the people here, it's definitely less crowded, and the people here are very well dressed. Some are being taken around in like little kind of almost rickshaw carriages. Some that do not have even any form of pack animal driving them. They're just going along on their own. But Poppy eventually leads you down, and while the shelf definitely felt a little bit more precarious and almost maze like, the ease of the walkways and ramps and pathways here are definitely built for comfort and ease of use. And this kind of part of the city juts out along the cliff face. And eventually you do reach one corner of a smaller building surrounded by a few other shops, high-end shops, and in gold metal see a sign that says the Crystal Coifer, and there is a large multicolored crystal hanging over it.
There it is. Shall we enter?
We shall.
Yep.
All right. Poppy will lead everybody in.
It is mainly still a wood door, but there are glass panels and kind of stained glass almost. And there are stained glasses along the outside as well, with a few clear planes of glass with display cases right in them. So while you can see some of the merchandise from the outside, you can't, it's the inside, and the business inside is not very clear, right? From these stained glass. And you enter in, and there is a large carpet along the area of a purplish color, and various daises and couches and recliners set along in various corners, and large glass display cases along. You see a few people talking to some what look like attendants, as they're all wearing kind of the same style clothing. And you see a probably older human female, silver hair in a tight bun, wearing a same color purple as the carpet flowing dress with just completely decked out in jewelry. Turned, yes, how can I help you, Poppy dear?
So Poppy walks up and says the following to her, but the words that she's saying is clearly common, but for some odd reason, the rest of you guys can't understand what she actually means. So she walks up, she goes, "Hey, what's up, Smokestack? These are my peeps. They legit, but need to keep it on the down low. Hook it up, yo. Know what I'm saying?"
Of course. And she snaps her fingers, and two attendants kind of lead you along there's a small pathway around one of the display cases. Please, follow me. And you are all led into and there's a door, two doors actually, one going further down and then one right along the path, and he leads you into that first door. There's a room here, much less adorned, just some simple chairs, a table, and on a side table with a pitcher of cold water and wine as well, with a few glasses. Mistress,
See what you did there.
Mistress Thatcher will be in with you shortly.
Is there chairs? I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
Yes, there are chairs and tables. It's kind of set up where there are more chairs on one side, and then a few chairs, and it's kind of almost like a rounded table, like a half-rounded table.
Got it. So Poppy will sit at one of the chairs, and for the rest of the group, Poppy's usually kind of springy and stuff like that, you know. But in this moment in time, you notice she's very straight and just straight-faced.
I'm just hanging out.
All right. After a few moments, that same woman comes in, goes and pours herself a glass of wine, sits at one of the... There's one kind of higher backed chair opposite from the others, and sits back, crosses her legs. Now, down to business. I wasn't expecting to hear word. These are your friends, I take it?
Yep. They took a little longer than I thought. I even thought they weren't gonna come back at one point, but it looks like now our plans have changed.
Business as usual then, or...
Yep. I think they have a grocery list. Poppy kind of turns around and looks over to the rest of the group.
I'm sorry, I thought you were here to sell.
Oh, we can sell as well.
Of course. As you know, I'm always welcome business from the walkers. What can Mistress Thatcher and the Crystal Coifer do for you today?
Poppy looks back again.
It's the gemstones that we took off the bandit captain. Got these 11 gems.
And I also have these, so Poppy goes into her sack and takes out also a bunch of gems. I could tell you that in a second.
She takes out, she reaches into the side of her dress, and it's a bit flowing, but there are pockets that are hidden. She pulls out an eyepiece and starts examining some of the gems. Not bad.
Yeah.
Small.
So Poppy will drop about 11, 15, 23, 29, 35, 35
Every
gems.
gemstone she's collected since the beginning of the campaign.
My. Poppy, you have been busy. Are these all from the business?
Not necessarily, but
I would call these legitimate salvage.
Are they now? Really? And she looked.
The previous owner had no longer had a use for them.
Is this true, Poppy? Salvage, I would say you guys can roll persuasion checks each, or one with advantage.
I'll do advantage.
Wouldn't be hard to be more charismatic than I am.
Is it shift? Yes.
All right. Interesting. As you know, for the more usual kind of goods that you bring in, Poppy. Although I guess I haven't seen you in quite a bit, have I? But there is a bit of a nominal fee and price differential due to the nature of the goods and what must be done to ensure their sale elsewhere. If these are, as you claim, salvage, then we can work off of a more commercial price.
Sounds good.
I have a question. Were these in the bag of holding? I have a note here that says bag of holding 12 gems worth 100 gold piece each.
No, because I
Gotcha.
actually have
Yeah.
a bag of holding part of my thing too, and that's not a part of it.
Okay.
I have 11 worth 50 each. So
Yeah, these
Okay.
these gems are from the time when we rolled for treasure, and we were being given gems and money and stuff like that.
Hallow, pull out a thing and kind of just sprinkle his gems in with the rest. 12 of them. It says worth 100 gold pieces.
Okay.
Each one. So
Mm-hmm.
And Poppy, does yours have a nominational value on yours or no?
It doesn't, because it's in my notes section. But
Okay,
I know
and
what
how
kind I know what kind they are. 11
Poppy's selling
gems.
by the pound.
Yeah.
11 gems, opaque dark blue with a yellow flecks. 4 gems, translucent brown with a golden center. 11.
So those are worth 10 gold each
Okay.
in the DMG.
Since I have a lot, maybe you should help the other guys while I tally this up.
Okay. Those are all the same kind? Or you're going to look them
No. Yeah, I'm gonna look them up.
up? Okay.
I don't want to slow you guys down.
So, would you like to be selling these individually or as a group?
What's the difference?
I pay you individually or as a group.
Well, these gems are for the group.
Ah,
Yeah, these gems here are for the group too.
Yeah, mine too.
So altogether,
for these ones here, and she goes through for a few minutes and inspects each one. I can offer you 1,500 gold.
For which ones?
That was Hal's and yours together. We'll do Poppy's after.
I can't find the. Oh, okay. I see how this is. All right, that's gonna be a little bit. So, continue without me for now. Thanks.
Oh, hang on a second. How much did you say yours were?
altogether 1,200 gold pieces.
Because
worth.
mine altogether are like 550. Seems a little low.
Do you want me to insight?
Give
See-
me. Well, first I would say
Do I think she's trying to cheat us?
Cheat is a strong word. She just may be driving a hard bargain.
Ah, shrewd businesswoman. Is that the feeling I get?
I mean, it's not wildly off.
give me an insight check.
Let's see where I should roll from. Let's try. I did D&D Beyond last time and I rolled a natural 2. Let's see what Foundry feels like. Oh, that number's wrong. Oh, something's wrong with my character. All right, so I have a +9, so just whatever this is plus 3.
You can just roll a d20 plus 9.
So 19.
Oh, plus 3. Okay. Yeah, you get a sense that she's just doing a business deal and trying to maximize her profits. Because she does have to
Run a business.
stock and sell them,
Yeah.
and she can only sell them, even if she sells them at a higher than market price. She still has to pay for the building and staff and upkeep. And
So, I guess I will lean over and whisper in Fintwick's ear and say, she's trying to maximize her profit. If you want to haggle, you can, but she's just being a businesswoman, I think.
Yeah, I didn't figure anything too nefarious. I say all this in Sylvan.
All right, I repeat that in Sylvan, remembering that we both speak that language.
How about 1,600?
roll a persuasion check.
Persuasion.
Oh, as they're haggling, as they're haggling, Poppy will say again in very deep slang. Yo, I thought you were gonna hook it up.
I mean, and she responds back, well, I thought this was official business. I mean, this price isn't much difference than the fees added on for the walkers. And Poppy, you would know that the goods that you and your friends usually sell, they're definitely not full commercial value. Most of the time, it's probably like half.
Freaking RPG rolls. I will sell my 50 longswords that I.
1 silver apiece.
Yeah, and this isn't even so much like the RP. This is more of the nature of the goods you're selling. Yeah.
No, I was just being facetious about that.
Yeah,
No, I get it. And real quick, the only one that I it says here that I have, but it's not. I can't find its listing. Zebra gems. And then at the same time, she'll say again in that kind of slang language. However, You got anything where I could put a ring on it?
For an actual like ring.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're looking
That's
to
true.
trade, we can do that as well, rather than a gold value. That might be. I can maybe work something a little better in that favor.
That sounds good. I'm good with that.
Yes, since we are buying some things.
Because we're looking for some bling too, you know what I'm saying?
I get you. I get you. Yes, if you would like to trade, we can work out some little more favorable deal in that way. Just tell me what you're looking for.
Well, and when she said bling, that would mean diamonds and thieves' can't.
Yeah. I mean, size, quantity, quality. What do you need?
Probably at least 1,000 gold worth. They don't necessarily have to be large or high quality.
Just 1,000 gold worth of any quality, then?
Or more if you have it.
Should we just cut with the just explain what we're gonna use them for? That may make it easier for her to understand.
Oh right, they're being used for magic. So
Yeah.
So
I-
component quality then.
Yes.
Yes.
I will be bringing people back to life with them. Worst case scenario.
I'm familiar. So you would want 1,000 golds worth, or would you like?
Equivalent amount if you have 1,500 worth. That would also do.
In a relative to 300 gold worth. So 300, 600, 900, 1,200, 1,500, whatever works.
We can always have extra, you know.
Never hurts.
I can give you 1,200 worth of component diamonds, plus another 100 gold for your pile here. No, plus another 100 gold. That's what I said, right? Oh.
Yep.
Okay. Did I just say another 1,200 gold?
Hey.
Sold.
Yeah, we go with the first offer.
How is that better than the other offer?
It's 100 gold more. Didn't I offer? Wasn't?
You offered 1,500.
Oh no, 1,500. Sorry. Yeah.
She's a slick one.
You gotta
Sorry.
watch her.
So she offers you 1,200 gold worth of diamond, plus another 400 gold.
That's totally acceptable.
Awesome.
Of course. And we'll give a moment, dear, for when you're counting those out.
So Poppy has.
You see Poppy pull out a little abacus.
First, she has to buy one from the equipment sheet. You know.
Yeah.
While Poppy's doing that, in Sylvan, Belladin asks Fenwick, "Do you still have that ring that allows us to store magic?"
Yes. Why do you ask?
Well, I mean, if we're gonna have 1,200 worth, we might as well just use 300 right away and put some in your ring in case I can't get close to.
Well,
someone.
we can do that later. Right
Okay.
now the ring is full, but sure.
Okay. I just figured, because if I go down,
Yes.
Doesn't- yeah.
Good enough.
Yep.
But we don't have to do it right now.
No rush. I just wanted to bring it up.
So Poppy says, like, here it's this many clams, I think, and then pushes it there. So I'm gonna need a key for that chastity belt. You know what I'm saying?
Of course. Do you want to do a full trade on this?
Yeah.
The entire amount?
Yeah, I don't mind.
Very well.
Got something with the bling bling on it. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be, and then she suddenly reverts back to normal comment. It's not going to be used for magic.
Of course. Give me a moment. And she, please, the wine and water you're free to partake in. It'll take us a few minutes to gather all of your requested items and the payments. Please make yourselves at home. So she gets up and with her attendant walks out and is gone for a few minutes if you guys would like to discuss anything.
Are there any plants in the room?
No. This room is actually pretty barren.
Okay. Maybe they know about druids.
I assume that she took all the gems and all that.
No, not yet, actually. Not until your gems are still there, until the exchange of goods is usually how it works, with Helena, is that until the goods are actually exchanged, one party or the other does not take them, Belladin, with your passive perception and insight, you look around the room and you get a sense that this room is purposely bare so that there is not a single space to hide anything.
Right.
There's
Makes sense.
the tables have no drawers, nothing, There is just a simple, they're simple tables and chairs. You can easily check under them.
Makes sense.
So, after a few moments, Helena comes back in. Thank you for waiting, my dears. And there's a few attendants coming in with a small chest and a couple satchels, and then a folded kind of velvet cloth, Poppy. And Helena takes that, sets out in front of you, Poppy, opens it up, and there are a few different rings to choose from. Different cuts, a few different sizes. Some are a bit smaller, but have a higher clarity. So it's up to you what you want to decide. These are all similar in price ranges to match the exchange offered.
So I would think, okay, so I gotta think about how Poppy would think of this. Probably Poppy would probably find the biggest rock, the ring with the biggest rock. The rock is more important than the band itself. But to keep in mind the fit, it has to fit.
Okay. And there are multiple rings in here. Some, platinum bands with, a few smaller diamonds along the band with a smaller set of stones and kind of built up. And then there are a few more. You find one that's a simple gold band with a very large diamond on it, though.
Yeah.
That's pretty clear. You can find no occlusions or impurities in it. It's just a simple. It's all about the bling, as you said. And you give me an investigation check.
Oh God.
And you think it'll fit.
Good. Okay. Sounds good. That's what I choose.
And she opens the chest, and there it is just filled with smaller cut diamonds. You look around, and these look like they might be used more of kind of the setting diamonds, right? Various sizes. Some look like they have some occlusions in the. They're not the most high quality, right? But they're good enough for what they're intended for, and we keep these for some of our smaller pieces or settings, or we do have the occasional magic user looking for components. Will these be adequate for you?
Works for me.
And there is about 4 leather coin purses. She sets on the table as well. Each of those have 100 gold. Feel free to count them if you wish.
We ostentatiously count every single piece.
She does.
1, 2.
She does not look surprised, offended, or anything at all.
Mistakes can happen.
Mhm.
No aspersions here.
You get a sense that this is not.
I occasionally bite one of them,
Mm-hmm. She makes no reaction.
Oh, this one's chocolate.
And she's like, "Hey, give me that."
She's like, "Wrong. Oh, that's the wrong bag."
Sorry, that was mine. You feel free to have some if you'd like. It's quite good chocolate.
Oh, I love chocolate.
It's dark chocolate.
No, that's good.
Now, is there anything else? Any other business?
So what kind of place is this? I mean, or precious stones all you sell here?
Gems and jewelry, yes. Anything, occasional art pieces and such, and anything of value. But the main business, yes, is gems and jewelry.
Then I'll describe what I need for my spellbook components to see if they can produce that.
So I've been thinking about this, right? And because the way I've been going off of before was, based off of just CR, right? And I was looking at the actual rule book, and the cost of transcribing spells is the total cost of components needed for experimentation and transcribing and pretty much learning the spell to be able to transcribe it in your own way so that you can use it, right? So the cost for that is about the components needed and expended in that experimentation and use, right?
Sure, if you want to go that way, sure.
So it's not just like high quality paper and ink, or in your
Right.
case, high quality stones.
This is more a matter of I have to spend a certain amount.
Yeah,
So,
of
however we pull that off,
yeah.
we can dress it up any way we'd like.
Mhm. So I can get you some of this for your. You say your spellbook uses stones.
Yes, it's a gnome thing.
Interesting. I mean, I think we could have some raw materials before they're broken down. I mean, we don't usually work in that large of dimensions, but how much do you need? This is out of character.
It would be nice to have 250 if we're going to be off in the Great Wide North for a while.
So
At least 150. 250 would be nice.
with the stones that she can provide, you can mark off about 100 gold worth of what you need.
Okay.
But the other parts you would need to find something specifically for the magical components and such to
So
experiment.
maybe another shop. Like we handle the stone here and then get the other stuff somewhere else, hopefully.
hmm
Sure.
I mean, I know other
That
places
works.
that we can go to. So
Nice.
if there's anything else you need, Fezziwick.
It's all specifically we need. I mean, we have other things like winter clothes and whatnot, but I'm sure that there are other shops that we can get those in more easily.
Takes back one of the bags to cover those costs. I mean, that makes sense.
And we'll say, for ease of use, because how are you going to find like book-sized sheets of fine stone, right?
But they don't have to be book sized. I mean, it's literally like inscribing on stones, so it's a lot of little stones.
Okay.
Oh, I
So
thought
it's
he
like
was
you
walking around like Moses with like the 10 Commandments.
I had pictured like a binder almost of like thin sheets of stone.
No, it's literally
Like,
it's almost literally like a sack of stones.
okay, all right, that makes it a little easier for me. So yes, they could definitely provide that.
Yeah, I'm not trying to. Yeah, I'm not going 10 commandments here.
Yeah.
So you're telling me Fenthwick's walking around with a big old sack.
That's the thing. To find the specific type of stone that you need, that you're not going to be like, you need a high quality, durable, light, so it's not super dense. So you're not walking around with a heavy bag of spells, right? So that's the So that's why you need a bit higher quality of stones. So they are able to provide that.
And I would also think, as a part of the experimentation, as a part of him like doing all that piece, that they will also make the stones inherently lighter, even more lighter, so he's able to carry it. And I do remember Fencewick, with the bag of stones, because I remember at one point we were looking for river stones.
Yep, in Duneshire.
Yeah. Yes to Hal's question. It's just purely flavor, nothing.
So you'd still need the actual components to experiment with the spells.
Okay.
Well, Poppy dear, it's always nice seeing you.
And for the first time, Poppy smiles. You too.
And
And you'll see me again.
when you're keeping it on the low, give me a high five for your old man. Then she says in Thieves' Cant.
Are there complicated hand gestures where they hand bump and so on when they're doing this?
With the goodbyes, yeah, I would think so.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And she turns to Fenthwick and you, Baladin. It was a pleasure doing business. Please, whenever you're back in town, feel free to come back to the Crystal Coifer and we can continue doing business, she says in Sylvan.
Nice. There's always a chance that's going to happen.
Now,
Right.
if that was all, I have some more business to attend to. You are welcome to stay here for a reasonable amount of time if you'd like to rest, maybe refresh yourselves. Have a good day.
Nope, we need some equipment, and I need some javelins and some clothing and snowshoes, Poppy. For you, not the javelins, but the snowshoes and cold weather gear.
Okay. Clothing shops. Well, we're in the Otolin district, so there is one called and she points, the Aristocut.
Lead on.
And they leave, and Poppy leads them to the Aristocut.
Sounds like I'm gonna hate it.
It's down a few levels along another corner. You see there are little kind of boutique corners sporadically placed between these large palatial mansions, more for convenience for the people who live here. And you see there are definitely more of a guard presence. Much more, there's a higher ratio of guards to people here. Kind of at the corners, definitely at the entrance. And you see one of them kind of looks over at your direction, kind of nods to his companion and walks over. Good morning. If you don't mind, may I see your papers, please?
Sure. I pop out Poppy's paper he gave me, or she gave me.
Why anybody asks for papers? They have a Russian accent. Papers, please.
Papers. Give me your papers. German. But, takes a look at it. My pardons. Please. Continue on your way. Have a good day. Thank you. And you seem kind of like, getting, like, almost, he's like, his look is a bit, like, flushed. He's like, oh shit, I shouldn't have stopped these people.
These were the wrong ones.
Yeah. But I mean, looking at you all compared to the other people here, you definitely stick out a little bit.
We stick out even when we are around people that look kind of like us. Like socially, we still stick out.
You know, you got Core with his ninja mask on all the time.
Oh wait, Core, are you actually wearing that mask all the time?
No one's told me not to.
Oh my god, I thought that was just your token.
I take it down to eat.
If I take it off, I'll
Over
die.
here sounded like Bane all the time.
Core's actually been talking this entire time. You just haven't been able to hear him.
Oh yeah, because he just doesn't take down the mask. That makes a lot of sense. Speaks common fluently, but the masks just messes it up.
But eventually you are brought to a shop which has a long, flowing kind of symbol of like a draped fabric. Like very dramatic and very like almost like where you have to like duck when you're walking by this part of the street, and with a crown at its top. No words, just that iconography.
I real quick, while we're walking there, I'd like to do a sleight of hand.
Okay.
To put something in Hal's pack.
All right. Give me a sleight of hand check.
I will, just to be safe, I will use the inspiration.
All right. I'm sure that beats Hal's passive perception. And-
Just barely beats mine.
Yep. So no one notices. Poppy, you are just drop something in Hal's pouch. But you are at apparently the Aristocut. What would you guys like to do?
We need you need cold leather clothes there, little one. So do you, Marisol.
So,
Yep.
the puppy will walk in, assuming everybody else is following.
Yep.
You walk in and you are immediately hit with a scent of heavy incense. Like it's almost to the point where it's like too much. And a large, rotund human male with a long ponytail but kind of balding up top turns around, and he's wearing this bright kind of pink, green, and gold outfit with a long sash, flowing puffy sleeves, right? Twirls around. Hello and welcome to the Aristocut. I'm Gail DeRoe. Welcome. How can I help you all today?
Hey, Gail, how's it going?
Oh, little one. Haven't seen you here in quite a bit. What you been up to?
Oh, nothing much. We're about to take a trip. I think we need some threads.
Oh, are you? Ooh, vacation. I love it. What do you need? Summer dresses.
Oh, we're gonna go skiing. We're gonna go skiing.
Oh,
So we're gonna need some equipment to navigate the snow, and obviously
I've got the most wonderful parkas. They've got this gorgeous fleece faux, of course, lining.
well, if you have anything that fits me and my friend here, and Poppy points at Marisol. It needs to be stylish, for especially for her.
Oh, dear. Does Gail de Oro sell anything that's not stylish?
Well, yeah, you're right.
Please. I'm pretty sure I'm allergic to the stuff.
And then Poppy goes behind Marisol and kind of pushes takes her two hands and pushes her forward. Okay, what can you get her?
Oh, come here. And he grabs Marisol and kind of twirls her around and put her in front of these mirrors. And yes. No, that won't work, of course. Pulls out a measuring tape. Don't worry about you, little one. I've already got your measurements.
And my pals here will need some things too, but I don't know the specifics, so you could go ahead and deal with them individually.
All right. And how many sets will we be needing? How long? How many days are you going? I mean, I'm assuming you need at least 3 outfits for each day.
There's crickets behind her. Like, Hal's looking over at Belladin.
Yeah, when he's saying this, Poppy is has her head turned towards the group.
You are a sight, dear. What is your name? Marisol. Thank you. Marisol. What a beautiful name. And what a shade of skin you have. I have just the thing for it.
In Sylvan, Belladin says, we need it to be white, right? Like, we're supposed to be incognito. We're supposed to be able to blend in. This is not...
You see him pulling, fabric,
Yeah.
of examples, and he's there's, emerald greens,
Yeah.
and, darker blues, and some pinks, some reds. It's all color.
It's not... This isn't the Count's Bala or whatever the hell that thing was that we went to. It just needs to be warm so we can survive in the tundra, right? And hopefully the same color as the tundra, so we're not obvious to whatever beasts are there. Fenthwick, am I wrong?
How the hell should I know? I'm not from the north.
Oh, I switched back to common. We need white, right, Hal? White and warm. That's it.
Honey, you don't wear white after Festival of Leaves fall.
Hal's gonna pull his cold weather clothes out of his pack and say, we need this stuff here.
Oh, I'm sorry. Where did you get that?
Oh, is he allergic to animal fur?
Got it.
Just allergic to ugly clothes, guy.
I didn't get it into a city nearby, so we just need more of this.
I would know if that was here in my city.
It has to work. It can't be it has to work. It has to protect you from extremely cold weather.
Look, you are clearly amazing at what you do. That is obvious from your shop, from your ability to speak to your client, but we need utility over fashion.
uh, Gail, you're great. I get it, but this is gonna be a business trip, and we need to be a little bit discreet.
Hmm. I'll see what I can do. Moment, please. And he goes off into the back.
Belladin's ready to turn into a polar bear and start rampaging in here. I'm gonna just what was it? Prestidigitate? I don't have that. Do you have that?
Of course I have that. I have all the dumb magic tricks.
Well, let's just soil all of the clothes in here before we leave. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that doesn't quite work that way. That would be awfully unfriendly too.
All right. Sorry.
And he comes back with about 3 different outfits that would look to be fitting Marisol, and about 3 different for Poppy. They are still. Think of what Hal has is blue collar, Alaska, salt of the earth, right?
So he's dressed in plaid.
No, I'm saying the winter clothing that he has, right? While what Gale takes out is much more, we're gonna go skiing in the Aspens. He takes a bit of time, right? It wasn't easy for him to find. He had to go deep in the back for this. But they are mostly grays and white. They are not one color still. They are different shades of like a lighter gray, darker gray, a white. There is still a few like some seams of like dark blue. Will these be acceptable?
Well, I've never turns to Hal. Well, I've never been up north. I don't know how it looks like up there. She looks back at the.
Oh, I can guarantee that they will be functional. I don't sell low quality goods. They will do what they're intended to do. You'll just look better doing it.
Hal will look over to Fenthwick and say, do we plan to go back to Duneshire? Because this is where we picked up some for earlier.
That's a good point. I suppose we probably need to pass by Duneshire to get back up to Nestle Rock, so...
no offense. Well, complete offense. I'm not really sure that stuff is going to work like the way it's supposed to work.
When Poppy looks at it, does she look like she'll have trouble blending in?
You look at it, and like I said, it's definitely not anything as ostentatious as what he's been pulling out. It's just it's still a little more. It's definitely more high end than the winter gear, but it doesn't look like you're going to. There's no like bright colors, right? The only thing might be a bit of blue in some spots.
Is it
Yeah.
cold weather clothing?
Yes, it is cold weather clothing.
I guess this will work. I mean, how much?
These will be 20 gold each.
Yeah, we're going
For
to
outfit.
Duneshire.
We'll buy them all. Poppy gives all the gold needed. So 20 gold apiece, 2, 4, 6, 8, 120 gold.
You're gonna take all of them. Oh, well, for you, Poppy, 100 gold.
Thanks.
For you, dear, you need something. And he drapes this kind of beautiful emerald green scarf over Marisol. Just a bit of color until you get places where I guess you can't have color. That's on the house.
Okay, it looks like we're good here. I know we need more cold weather stuff, and I think we probably should go to the either the general store, or maybe there is one. I don't know if you guys need anything special, because there is another store in this district. They usually call it the Silver Auction House. So where to?
I mean, I need to get some javelins. We need to get some snowshoes for you and Marisol, and then we need to get some crampons. Well, for you at least. But Silver Auction House, do they sell? Excuse me, being way too far south here just really messes with the way I speak. So, like, can I point at my hammer? Like good stuff like this? Maybe.
Yeah, well, the auction house and also Kettins would sell more magical goods, maybe.
Whoa, now you're talking my language. Actually, I don't know. I just heard Belladin say something like that earlier, so
Well,
yeah.
thank you for stopping by. Don't be a stranger, little one.
Thanks, Gale.
Toodles.
And then we all walk out. And then like when we do walk out, like Poppy like kind of lets out a sigh of relief.
So you can add, there are 3 sets of winter clothing for Metasol and 3 sets for Poppy. You can put high-end winter clothing.
I'll just put it on my character sheet.
Yeah.
3
So Poppy.
more.
Yeah, I'll only mark the ones for Poppy.
So yeah.
Been a while. How do I use this? How do I add stuff? There you go.
All right, let's go.
Oh, cold weather. I think it's called cold weather clothing.
Cold weather. Yep.
Yeah, there you go.
So I look at Bentwick, the magic place.
Sure.
Oh my god. All right. So there's 2 places. We could either go to Keddin's Emporium or the Silver Auction House. The auction house is actually closer. It's in the same district. So it is kind of like here. So it's kind of high-end-ish. Try not to insult the guys.
Maybe we should go to the other place first.
Kevin's Emporium. Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. Wait, huh? Okay, never mind. Then Kevin's Emporium. It's in the Shadron district. So I think that would be back to where we came.
Okay, let's go.
All right, and you guys head up back to the top. This is kind of closer towards actually to the where the temples are. It's kind of near closer to the center, and you see where the center is and around the temple area, and as you get closer to the Tree Cliff Palace, the kind of shops, and you get more higher end goods, right? Not quite as pretentious as the Autolone district, but it's still more higher end.
Yeah, because what Popper would be selling magic items.
Yeah.
Unless it's my kind of Popper.
You never know. Something could surprise you. You do eventually go to a large, it takes up almost the whole corner, and there is a sign that is actually glowing, and it's kind of flashing in different colors, saying Kedon's Emporium.
Nice. Well, let's go see what they got, Poppy. Come on.
All right. Then we walk in.
You walk in, and it's a large shop, and you see kind of different displays of like weapons and armor and different things. There's large sections. There's a large wall where it's just magical components. Anything you might need for a component pouch can be found here. There are just lots of different items. You see a few people walking around in robes, kind of browsing, and there is in the back kind of a simple kind of kind of display desk at the back, and you see a thin human man, maybe in his 30s, wearing nice but simple clothing, large spectacles with short cropped hair, just kind of sitting, knees together, hands folded, just looking about.
Does Poppy recognize that as Keddin?
Yes.
So Poppy will walk up to Keddin and with a very kind of like tired face, "Hey, Keddin." And she takes her hand. "These are my friends. They're looking for stuff. So I thought I'd bring them to you."
Kind of pushes his glasses up. Is that Poppy, right? Yeah. Poppy?
Yep.
Good to see you again, Poppy. Hello. My name is Kedden. Welcome to my shop. Yeah, welcome. Sorry, wait, practice this. Welcome to Kedden's Emporium, a place where you can get every magical wonder.
Belladin does like a small clap. Good job.
Oh, thank you. How can I help you today?
Fezziwick, didn't you need some stuff?
Need some just general components.
1 second, and you see him push off, and the chair that he's on is actually on wheels, and he pushes off. Follow me, please. And you see he starts rolling over to the section of where the wall of magical components is.
It looks like he's moonwalking behind the counter.
Yeah.
But still facing forward.
Let's see, and he spins the chair, and he looks up, and he presses a button, and it extends up, and it's like, so what do you need? We have molasses, we have your feathers, xanthan gum, let's see, Eye of Newt. That hasn't been in fashion for quite a while, though. So what do you need?
Well, I don't know. Is it fresh Eye of Newt?
He kind of opens a drawer.
Or is it gone off?
What's your It's probably not that fresh.
Well, let's pass on that then.
And you go and you explain to him what you need for your components, and he does have everything you need to be able to experiment with your spells. So whatever you need to complete, however much gold you need to complete that, he has available.
Okay.
Are these for this is quite a bit. I take it your this is for transcription?
Yes.
Always my favorite. Yeah, I wish I could be back there doing it more actually. But you know, gotta eat.
Do you have anything, not spell components, but something with a little bit more oomph? And then for this guy, as she points to Hal.
Ooh, you're a big one.
Smacky, stabby, crushy things.
Let's see what I've got here. I've got this, let's see, and he kind of snaps his finger, and you see a glaive float off one of the display cases. This, I mean, you're almost as big as this. You are a big one, man. And he kind of looks at his own arms for a second. This fine weaponry, it's a, what did he call it? Glaive? It's a pointy cutty thing on a stick, but it does it real well. I enchanted it myself. It's better at the cutting and slashing.
I'm more somebody uses a blunt weapon, but honestly, this shield's getting kind of worn out. You have a shield, or this bow here is kind of, the flexibility of it is wearing a little bit.
I don't have any shields at the moment. Some of a lot of the weaponry and such.
Would Armand carry anything a little bit more on the magic-y side?
I mean, Armand made the glaive, and then I enchanted it.
Now, if
glaive, that's what you call. I knew Armand told me. Stupid. Told you it's a glaive.
Oh, so if that's the case, if we were to get something from Armand, can we commission you to make it a little bit more magic-y?
Commission me. I can certainly do that. Let me. You see him spin back around to the desk he was at. Just a moment. And you see a bunch of notebooks start floating over to him. Where is it? No, not that one. Scheduling. Let's see. I can. No, that. Alright. I can for a friend, I could probably get it done in about a month. I mean, well, silly. I didn't even ask the type of enchantment you would like in the weapon.
I honestly don't know. Looks back at Hal.
Stronger shield.
Well, how about this?
Bow that shoots better.
How about this? Well, we're gonna go ahead and visit Armand first. We'll get something, and then because obviously I think whatever we have, we'd have to try to get fit anyways. I mean, he is a pretty big guy. And then we'll probably come back. I mean, Eziwick was able to get everything he did, so
Yeah, for a basic kind of boosting enchantment for simple arms and a shield as your friend put it would probably I could do that in probably I would say a month. Yeah, a month would probably be the fastest I could get that done.
Okay. And the cost?
It'd probably be about custom commission plus time and labor. Probably about, once again, for that basic bolstering enchantment, probably about 500 gold per item.
Okay. And half now, half when we get back.
Let me just actually check the shield first.
Poppy, we gotta leave in like 3 days. Do you think they'd have something at the auction place?
They might, but I'm not quite sure if they're open today because it is an auction house. But we could check.
I mean, at least we could see when they're open.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you would like to take a look at some other items that I have.
Like you said, you say you don't have any shields, and it's gonna take a month. We are kind of going on a business trip.
Are you looking for better protection? Do you need it specifically on the shield itself, or
Not necessarily on the shield, though. That would help. I mean, if you've got something like a ring or a necklace or...
I do have... It is a bit more costly. It is a more compact item and can be used along with other such items as a shield. But I do have a ring of protection. Yes, I have that. Mm-hmm.
And how much is that?
Your friend did buy all the components, and I do recognize you, Poppy. You have brought in business before. I could do that for 800 gold. Oh, I do have a weapon. About 800 gold as well. Probably as big as you. It's pretty good at stabbing, but you're gonna love what this one does. And he once again gets his mage hand. This is a trident.
And
you will never believe what you. How'd you know?
Huh?
You can talk to fish. I'm particularly proud of that enchantment. Mm-hmm.
Poppy kind of like turns her head around to the party, goes, "I don't believe him."
I mean, I do have some other items if you would be interested.
Yep.
Let's see. So the glaive. I have this amulet here. It when, let's say, if you're in the business of using such slashing and stabbing implements and are also on the receiving end of such slashing and stabbing instruments, and you find yourself, let's say, on the worst end of that exchange, and hex that forsake that you actually might actually almost die or be in the process of dying, this will make sure that you don't actually die, at least at that moment.
When would you die then?
I think if you got hit again, but I mean, it hopefully you won't get hit again. It's better than actually just being dead. So it's a parapet of wound closure. Let's see. The ring of protection. I have a wide variety of scrolls. and potions. And I think that's on consignment as well. That's already being ordered. Oh, these gauntlets. Let's see. Where is that? Here we go. And he takes a gem and he mutters a word and flashes. It's a simple enchantment that allows me to demonstrate these items. Sometimes to be able to use them, you have to be familiar with them for a certain time. I came up with this one myself. It allows you a one-time use to use them. So he puts on the gauntlets. You big fella, could you come here for a moment?
Yep. What do you need?
Just put your hand there, please, for me. Elbow on the table, hand up.
All right.
And he grasps your hand.
Mm-hmm.
Just try to push my hand down.
I will try to push his hand down.
I'm not going to make you roll for it, just because this is just a narrative explanation. You are unable to move his arm.
I rage and try it again.
Eh?
And it still doesn't move.
Pretty nifty, eh? I mean, I have been working out some, if I do say so myself. I could almost do one pull-up. So, but these gauntlets give you the power of an ogre.
You said one-time use?
No. The gem, you see he's wearing a gem. This gem enchantment allows me a one-time use for demonstration purposes only for certain items that require you to, in magical terms, attune to the item, which means that you have to be familiar with the item and allow its magical energies to be in symbiosis with your own life force.
All right. Well, how much for these gloves, gauntlets, these metal things?
That would be 2,000 gold.
I was thinking about the ring, but I can't do both. But I think somebody should get the ring. Poppy, does that something interest you?
Well, I have something in mind, but that's for later. Why don't you go ahead and finish up, Cal?
You mentioned you had scrolls.
I do. Scrolls, different. I've got a ton of mage armor scrolls. Let's see, quite a few jump. This one is command. I got a couple special ones that might interest you, especially my friend. And he pulls out 2 scroll cases, very fine, gold and platinum. Right? He opens it up. This one over here is a scroll of teleportation circle. And this one is a spell of force cage.
Those are interesting. And how much are those running?
The force cage goes for 5,000 gold pieces. Teleportation circle will cost you around 1,500. I do have also this amulet here. This amulet will provide protection against any sort of detection or location magics, if worn by someone. This goes for 600 gold.
Let us confer with one another.
I was like, let me do some math.
Of course. I will be here at your leisure when you are ready for that transaction.
As they talk, Poppy will walk back to him, and then she will take out this really finely crafted set of Master Thieves tool set.
Oh, these are beautiful, Poppy.
Is there anything you could do with these? I won't be back for a while, so
so you want these to be more effective, right?
Yeah, I mean, surprise me. Like I said, I may not be back for a while. Whatever you think is appropriate, and I guess you could do whatever you want with them, and when I come back, and we could talk.
Okay. Sure. So you just do you want to give me a budget or price range, or
Maybe something less than 2,000.
Okay, all right. I'll definitely see what I can do. These are in good hands. I will take the utmost care with them. And you see he's kind of sweating, and he kind of wipes his brow. And how did I do?
You did great.
Thanks. I've been practicing.
I appreciate it. You know I always do. And I know you always help us out. So let me go and get back to my friends, and I think they will get something. So we just need time.
Yeah, of course. No problem. All right. You did it, kid. You did it.
So I will remove that from my list of stuff, or I'll just put.
Just make a note.
Yeah,
just make a
I'll
note
go
on
right-
it. Yeah. Just make a note that you've left it with Kedon Marston of Kedon's Emporium in Urnost.
For enchantment.
Like I said, we've got about 3,800 gold in the party funds.
Hal's thinking about both the Ring of Protection and the gauntlets, but he needs 30 gold.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, if you only need 30 gold, I mean,
Yeah, you got it. You got it.
Core will
And-
give you the 30 gold. That's his contribution to shopping.
And
So that'd be 2,800 for both, right?
yes.
Okay.
Check your DMs, Poppy.
I'm checking too many things.
Yep.
There's like.
Hey guys, it's only been 4 years of this campaign, but you finally made it to a magic shop.
trying to do some math here.
Will he take a gem in trade? How about a box worth 200 gold?
Jewelry box? Yeah, whatever you guys. I mean, you guys can talk to him and offer it.
All right. So I'd like the gloves because you're really thin, and I saw you eyeballing my woman. And maybe that ring. But do you think you can?
No, I would. I'm sorry, sir. I apologize. I would never presume.
You were flexing. I saw you.
Um,
You said you were working out.
yeah, that was because we were doing the arm. Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. I apologize.
While that's happening, Poppy's obviously behind Halbar, and she's making these gestures to him, like don't get him angry, like. And then if Hal were to look back, he would stop.
My deepest apologies, sir. I meant no offense whatsoever. I would never presume. I'm actually not. You know, it doesn't matter. You said you want the gauntlets
And the ring.
and the ring. Okay. I believe that would be 2,800 gold for both of those items.
All right. Take this ruby. It's worth 50. And here's, and I pull out a giant stack of platinum coins, and then drop another giant stack of coins that are obviously not platinum in a not the bag of holding, in a different bag.
Yeah. Okay. Just one moment. And you see him put it, just kind of shuffle the coins into this box that he closes it and then opens it, and they're all perfectly aligned, and a bit of parchment comes out, and then magically ink starts to appear on it, and it says 2750. One moment, please. He takes the gem, pulls out an eyepiece. Okay. Yeah, that would do it. 2,800. Total of all goods would be worth 2,800 gold. So here are your items. Would you like these gift wraps, sir?
He just starts putting them on.
Okay. Here. Do you want the bag as well? He has this kind of like nice vellum bag that he has with it.
Poppy will grab that.
Yeah. Here. Why don't you take that? They look great on you, sir. Really good.
Thanks,
Much better
Kenan.
than on me. Of course. Is that all that I can do for you today? excuse me, and he reaches back for a mug of water and starts.
Okay, guys, so here's the thing. The teleportation circle thing would be very useful to have, but the party's going to have to pay for it.
I mean, when you teleport us, maybe you could explain how that works, but I imagine
I draw a circle on the ground, we step into it, and we're instantly somewhere else.
Well, I mean, here's
all
the
of
thing,
us.
though. So this is Jordan talking.
Yeah.
You can inscribe that into your book, right? Like you.
Yes, that's why.
becomes-
That's why I'm buying the scroll, so I can
Yeah.
transcribe it into my book, so I can do it many times.
Yeah. So this is just not one use. This is all future uses, and I don't even think you should feel like you have to convince us. That sounds like a fucking amazing idea. We should get that.
Yeah, because I think everything we bought so far has been through our personal fund, right? So all that 3,800 is still there.
Mhm.
Yeah. And,
Yeah.
and if
All for it.
anything makes sense for party funds, it's the ability to teleport.
Yeah, I completely support our local wizard.
Me too.
So you said you draw a circle, we all step in it, and all of us just go someplace else.
Right now, there is a catch. I have to know the address of the place we're going.
I don't know idea what that might be, but like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
That's sort of an interesting DM question because the spell says when you learn the spell, you automatically learn 2 locations.
Yep, we can talk about what locations you
Mhm.
might know,
Okay.
but you would definitely know some locations already. Maybe not in Alari,
Already.
but
It's
Where are we going?
it's
We're going somewhere really far away. You know.
It's
But-
in the Empire State Building. Well, I don't know where that is, but we're going.
but I will tell you there are locations you can learn in Alari. You just have to inquire about them. So, just kind of so you know that you're not, just wasting if you buy it. There are
Yeah.
locations here that you can learn of.
But yeah, as a part of the party, I think we all agree. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, that. And he can make new circles for what, like 50 gold or something? Nothing.
Well, yeah, that's the other thing. Every time I do the spell, it costs 50 gold of components.
Yeah, but for us to teleport back there for a spell slot is nice.
Yeah. Days, weeks, months of travel. And if we really, if shit's really hitting the fan, if we can run away for a minute, and I have a 5th level spell slot, we can just run away.
Especially because you're dumb druid multi-class, so we won't be getting tree shift.
Oh, you multi-classed?
Yup.
Is there anything else you would like? Perhaps one of these amulets, some potions, maybe, or the trident. The trident. That's a fan favorite, I gotta say.
Blunted weapon.
Unfortunately, I could work on something. As I said,
For free?
no, unfortunately, I can't do it for free as much as I would like to. We live in a society where it costs gold and such to be able to live. So unfortunately, I must charge that for my services.
I cannot wait to get back home. I've spent nearly all my money, so I'm gonna have to bow out of the conversation. But
And
I
I
appreciate it.
do appreciate it, sir. In fact, you know what?
Do you want to arm wrestle again?
You have the gauntlets on now. I surely do not. Even if you did not, I do not have them on. And I'm sorry. I'm scared of you.
Come on, Hal, let's go. As Hal goes behind, as Poppy goes behind
Okay.
Hal with her 2 hands again and starts pushing him from behind.
You see, he's just like visibly sweating now and like just avoiding eye contact with Hal at all costs.
And then as Hal pushes him past Fenziwick, he's all yours, Fezziwick.
Okay, we'll take the teleportation circle
Ooh, that is a fine choice, my friend.
and 150 gold of rare chalks and inks infused with precious gems.
You know what? You came in with Poppy there. you and your friends have spent quite a bit of gold already. Those components are on the house.
Sweet.
Just please tell your large friend over there I am not interested in his girl. I'm not interested in anybody, really. I was most certainly not looking at his girl. I was actually looking at...
You're saying his girl is not attractive?
No, that's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying that
Wow.
personally,
Are you
I
insulting his
I-
girl?
no. Oh God, it's just getting worse. Nope, that's I'm gonna stop talking now. But please take the components as a gesture of my.
You should do it and have him pay you for it.
He's already been like, yes, of course I will help you, and like his share has spun off somewhere else. At this point there's no one else in the shop.
Believe
Do
so.
they have regular javelins?
I think Armand will have that.
Okay.
Will Armand have
Usually
that?
4.
DM?
Yeah, Armand will have any kind of normal
All
weaponry
the
you guys might
melee.
need.
Yeah. Okay. Good. And armor.
And as you guys are leaving Kedon's Emporium, here in the center of Urnost, near the Temple of the Hexad, heading off to Armand Smithy to finish off getting your supplies to head north. That's what we're going to call tonight's session.
Magic shop.
Yay!
Magic shop.
I am
4.5
so sorry.
years.
I
Magic
am
shop.
so sorry.